Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Maestro, and we are back with more Toontown Rewritten. Okay, so we're basically right where we left off, aside from me finishing up one task. I think it was the teleport to Donald's Dock task, and now we are headed in the direction of getting that final lure frame so that we can finally get lure gags, that'll be awesome. It'll be a little bit of a grind to train, I know, but maybe my friends will help me out on that one. I'm not sure yet. Anywho, I kind of got a head start on the final task because I know the first part is like a fetch quest. I think you had to get like his dry cleaning or something like that. It was really ridiculous. I was like, okay, really? What kind of game is this? So now we have to defeat 2 cellbots in order to earn something. I think we have to collect something. So, ooh, innovation. Maybe it's cellbots. Hopefully. Micromanagers. Darn. So we're gonna have to change districts. I think there may be a couple of agents going on right now that are cellbot. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. Anywho, what's happened since Gagwise just got the horn, so that's nice. Barely got it. I mean, I only have 207, so we have a lot of work to put in if we wanna get that. What is it? I can't even think of it right now. It's not the foghorn, is it? I don't know. I can't think of it. Let's go ahead and change districts. Can y'all... Wait. Okay. Had a Steam notification. Wasn't sure if y'all could see it. It's like, that would be weird. Just check. Well, I can just check. I have it. Invasions open right now. Oh, hello. Hello. And also, someone alerted me on my last video that... the Welcome Valley is I knew what it was because I was there when they inputted that update. I was still around in the game, but I didn't know that like at the time when I hit teleport to that place. So you know, after the fact, someone alerted me, like, hey, that only takes you to Toontown Central. So it wasn't a glitch. It was just me not remembering basic facts about this game. All right, let's go ahead and hop in on a battle real quick. I want to get these 2 cellbots. Oh, I don't mind if I do. Please don't use a gag, sir. Oh my gosh, really? Man, people these days didn't see me. You saw me. What are you talking about? Tool. Just for that, I'm using a sound gag. Haha, eat me. Well, that's karma. That is actually karma. Believe it or not, definition of karma right there. But I get credit for 2 cellbots now, so getting done nice and quick. That probably was loud. I'll snap farther away next time. Whoa, this is a Uber, I'm assuming? Or maybe he's just chilling over here because he walked onto the street. But he does have the cream pie slice, which is impressive for 16 laugh. I've always thought about doing an Uber, but I feel like I would fail miserably at it and it would just not be that good. Plus, it takes a ton of grinding, and I just sometimes I will grind. Like if I on this tune, I will. Oh my gosh, he's gonna be a throw Uber. He has done 1 squirt, the tutorial squirt. That's funny. All right, so we have to go back to Seaweed Street, and we're on Barnacle. Yeah, we're definitely on Barnacle. Yeah, I don't think I'd have the patience to be an Uber. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. So I saw a post recently on the subreddit, the Toontown subreddit, that was kind of intriguing. Someone was like, I wonder if the release of BossBot HQ is going to come on the day that the original Toontown Online released it. And that really spiked my interest. It's coming up. It's on March 6th. So I hope that within the next couple of days here, that TTR releases an update that's like, oh, they're really close or something, and then they actually release it on that day. Not that I can really participate in it, because both of my tunes are severely underleveled. Oh, wait, we need to check if we can even go to the building. No, we can't, but can we check if it's like a lower level building, and maybe I can just... Maybe I can do a 1-story, I don't really know. Maybe people are in it? Oh, they are. I'll tell you what, I'll stay on this server, hopefully without crashing, and we're going to go ahead and go back to my house, because the flowers have grown, some of my trees have grown, so I just want to go check on it a little bit. I also, I don't know if I'll get points, but I unlocked the bronze watering can after watering enough flowers. No skill upgrade. Okay, so these flowers have fully grown. So I'm actually going to display a feature. Most of you probably have already seen it. This will take a little bit. The thing about gardening is like you level up. I was reading about this because I never really gotten into gardening in the the original Toontown Online. So I was unaware of all the things that you can do with it. So I had some trees, and I did a little bit with it, but I never had a max toon, so it didn't really affect me that much because I didn't have like the max guy getting more points. But I actually looked into it a little bit, so I didn't know about the leveling up of the watering cans or the shovel. And if you notice, this text box that is appearing whenever you go to dig up the flower, for a reason I'll show you later, it says, "Are you sure you want to pick the lily alley? It will go into your flower basket, and you also get an increase in skill." So after you've fully grown something and you dig it up, fully grown a flower and dig it up, you get 1 point towards your shovel, and it's like between at 40 you get the second level shovel, which if you have the second level tin shovel, then it'll allow you to plant 2 jelly beans, and that's how you can do different combinations of jelly beans to make new flowers. And there's whole tons of guides there's a bunch of guides online about exactly the combinations of jelly beans. So if you're already have a higher level shovel and you want to look up a good one to do, they have tons out there. And I believe in the original Toontown Online, they with their updates or with their newspaper, I forget what it was called. They would tell you oh, this is an insider tip, and here's a cool combination of flowers that'll yield this. So that was a pretty cool feature. But the reason that they're in you can see on the side it's saying +1 shovel skill, and also you can see I have a flower basket, which is collecting flowers up to 20 flowers, which I don't know why you can have up to 20. I mean, maybe if you kept stacking, but I would think you'd only have as many as you can plant around your house. But you'll see in a second on why I'm actually collecting. Oh, no. Wait, no. I said pick. Yes, that's what I want. You'll see in a second what you get to do. You actually can earn some skill points by doing this too, I think. In order to get a laugh increase. There is a laugh bonus you can get off of gardening, but I don't remember how. I think it's once you get a certain statue. Yeah, and depending on what level you are, you need a certain shovel to plant a statue. I think I might have shown that off. Let's see where it is. I don't know where it is for him. Yeah, it's over here. You can plant, the only thing you can plant over here is a silver jelly bean, but I think you need a minimum of 2. So you need that higher level shovel skill, so yeah, there's the last flower. And now we get to do the cool part of it, is actually display the main feature of gardening flowers, at least. And you see, tree has grown. Did I harvest this? I think I may have. So yeah, these two have grown. The second little guy takes 4 days, and the next one takes 6 to get there, so it'll be a while. So if you come over to this wheelbarrow after you have some flowers in there, you can actually sell the flowers that you have. Now, granted, these are very low-level flowers. All of them are worth 2, because they're just 1 jelly bean worth of flowers. But when you get up there and you have I don't know, I forget, it was 4th, 6th, some 10th, 8th level shovel, I don't remember. Then you can plant 5 jelly beans at once, and those are worth a lot. So, but those take a while to grow. But you also can upgrade your watering can, which means it'll take less time to grow. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I played on my other toon earlier, got some flowers. I've been planting. I think I showed the soft planted as lure gags. So yeah, gardening is actually a really great addition because it gives you something to do in the meantime. We were waiting for those people to finish that building. So let's hope that we can go back and not crash, because that would be obnoxious. Let's see. I'm hoping they're going to be done. Really am. I really want to get onto Daisy's Garden. I'll probably do an episode of some of the middle of the road tasks where I'm halfway done with my tracks. But Daisy's Garden usually doesn't take me that long until I get to the Sellbot HQ part, and then that'll take a while because it's you have to defeat a factory. I think that's the final one you have to do. So I have to train my sound enough in order to get people to take me on factory runs. Or I can just use the IRC. Do a quick short factory run. Yes, they got rid of it. So thank you. Shout out to those brave tunes who went into that 4-story. And I swear to gosh, if that building is going on able-bodied gym place, I'm going to scream. Dang right you don't. Gladhammer, you better watch yourself. Yeah, that's right. Back up. See, people do need this place. Hopefully we don't crash. That's what I'm hoping. Wait. I think we may have crashed. The fact that the music just cut out like that so abruptly leads me to believe that we crashed. But there's no guarantee. Servers have been pretty finicky right now, as you can see. So, we'll probably be back in a second as this crash resolves. Yeah, we did crash. So, or not crash, disconnect, whatever. Server's being dumb. So we'll be back in just a sec. Alright, so we're back. Yeah, the servers have been really dumb recently, but I hate to, like, just cut. So I do want to keep the, I know it's kind of weird to keep, like, the crashes and anything. Like, why doesn't it just cut past it? But sometimes I'm in the middle of a thought and I want to complete it out. So I'd rather just cut after the crash. Let's check. Now that's the most annoying part, is that we actually had a chance to go inside, but the servers are being so dumb that we couldn't do it. It's really getting on my nerves about it. Although there's not much I can do except just twiddle my thumbs and hope for the best. If it got so bad to where I was crashing like every teleport, then I would just stop recording and I'd wait, like, I don't know, a little bit. Maybe we're at high time right now. I didn't check the population count. Maybe we're at a very high population time, so that's also fair. But if it did crash like every time, I'm gonna scream. I'll scream. This is ridiculous. Is there a place where we can just be happy and go to the able-bodied gym? I don't know. Does it exist? I don't know. When did that become French? I don't know. Oui. I think I mentioned this in my other video. On my live streams, I probably will be playing Toontown for the most part. But there is a possibility I could be playing other stuff. Just depends on whatever the mood is like. But I don't want to limit myself down to Toontown in case some people come in and like, hey, let's play this, or like I need to make a banner for Twitch where I can put my gamer tag for anyone that wants to friend me. We could play some stuff on Xbox. So that would be pretty fun to play with some of y'all. And I also have gotten some people asking for me to friend them on Toontown so we can, you know, do tasks together and whatnot. So that'd be pretty chill. So yeah, we crashed again. I'm probably gonna cut right here and then I'll jump ahead a while. It'll be a while in between the two things because I want to let the server simmer down for a little bit. So it's all right. I'll be back. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back, and as you notice, two things. One, different clothing on my part, so yeah, it's actually a different day from when I recorded the first part. And also new texture pack on the game, as you can kind of tell. Also, I'll talk about that in a second. So, unfortunately, I could not really record. It was super choppy getting like the task done. So essentially what happened is like I stopped recording because it was super choppy, but I still wanted to get through it, so I recorded most of it, but most of the time my recording software would stop whenever TTR would close, which is weird because I've never had that happen before, so I don't know why it decided now would be the time. So it has bits and pieces of it, but I figured I would just skip it all together because there's no real reason to do that, because it's just, I don't know, it was super choppy and didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'll go ahead and walk you through what happened, you know, take my word for it on what I did. So as you know, before we left, we had to return to able-bodied gym in order to turn in the task of getting the 2 cell bots. And so we turned that in, and he said we had to go back to Captain Ahab, and Ahab was like, alright, so everything works now, but something's blocking the signal, and that happens to be a cog building, so it was like, yo, go defeat a 2+ story cog building. I was like, psh, I got that in the bag, that's easy. That is easy, man. It's so easy. And so we eventually went on the hunt. We went on the hunt for a building. Let me remind you, that involves going through streets, which means the server is a no-no. It's like, I don't want you to go through that. I want you to crash. So after a lot of crashing and a lot of searching around, I finally got into like a medium-filled server, maybe like 100 people, 150. Walked onto a street. There's 2 people. One was named Alfonso. He was a yellow duck, and another was named Chef Slippy. He was a brown monkey. But odd group of characters. Alfonso he kept using the speed chat phrase "one more," and I didn't know why. And Chef Slippy had this weird, sick, twisted idea of a joke where he would just wave. So we'd be fighting, and it was a pretty hard building. It was a 4-story cash bot in Donald's in like Seaweed Street, I mean. And so it was like level 7s and 6s and 7s on the way up, and like the 3rd floor had like 2 level 8s, so it was pretty risky maneuvers we were going through, you know, but they were both 60 laugh, had some pretty decent gags. So we get up to the 4th floor, right, we're feeling good, feeling fresh, and Chef Slippy is the one at this point who has the lure. He has the big magnet, so he is like, we like rely on him for almost everything we do. And so we get up there, and you know, there's just casually two levels. There's a level 6 number cruncher and 2 level 7 bean counters, and then a level 9 robber baron. So we're like, whoa, man, whoa, this got real. So we're like, okay, keep it cool, keep it cool. Me and Alfonso, this yellow duck, we're gonna go for that far left number cruncher's level 6. You know, if we both use squirt, he hits that lure, we take care of them, and then we just knock them down one by one. That's where things took a slight turn for the worse. So Chef Slippy, being confident as ever, and I'm confident in him, and he pulls out this big magnet. It's looking very juicy, very tender. And I was like, "Yo, we gonna hit Alfonso?" And I'm like, I'm leaning with that I'm leaning with that seltzer bottle to that left number cruncher. He's like, "Yo, man, I feel you, but I'm gonna go with the fruit pie, the whole fruit pie, and I'm gonna throw it at the left one." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, but if it doesn't hit, we're kind of screwed." And so the big magnet, unfortunately, does not hit, and so we end up hitting the number cruncher with the pie, and I hit him with the squirt bottle. So he's in the red. He's in the red. He's hurting. He's hurting pretty bad, but he's not dead. So that kind of scares me a little bit. You know, we take some hits. I take 12 points of damage, which, you know, is a third of my health at this point. So I'm like, if I get hit like one more time, we're gonna be in the red. But luckily we make it out alive. Alfonso's hurting a little bit, and so he decides to try to use a big magnet again, and so I was like, okay, this is going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and use a little squirt gun on the number cruncher so we can take him out. Alfonso chooses to, what does he do? I think he tried to tune up a monkey for some reason. I think he went for the tune-up. So that happens, and I take out the number cruncher, but then another cog gets out the elevator. It's another level 7 bean counter. So at this point, there's 3 bean counters, all level 7, and a robber baron level 9. So the big magnet ends up missing, and I take out the number cruncher, and so we take three more cycles of damage. Unfortunately, the robber baron uses his little finger moves, and we get the dodge, except for Alfonso, who's pretty hurt. He's hurting pretty bad at this point. And so we decided to go along with our tasks of which cog do we go for. So me and Alfonso are like, you know what, I'm tired of this. We're gonna actually kill off a bean counter. So he uses a full cream pie, I use a fruit pie, and we end up taking out one of the bean counters. And Chef Slippy, this is where his sick mannerisms come into play. He doesn't use a gag. He doesn't even decide to click on one of his gags, and he just, I don't know, waves. That's like he just was like, hey guys, so yeah. And he would literally just do that instead of doing anything else. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, is this a joke? Is this a joke, Chef Slippy? We're taking hits here. We're going down. But Chef Slippy, at the last second, I think, clicks on the lipstick. Yeah, it was the lipstick. That's what he had. So he used the lipstick on Alfonso. Alfonso's healed up, and so we get some dodges on those last 3 cogs. But then on one of the last turns, Chef Slippy's like, yo, I'm pulling out this big magnet, man. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, because Alfonso at this point was going to tune up Chef Slippy because he had taken quite a hit from the robber baron. And so it was like, I'm gonna have faith. I have faith. I don't want to hit one of the cogs because I'd be going in alone, and then they could have a potential to hurt us. But even though he had missed 2 already, I decided to pass, and that was a mega risk considering that we could have the opportunity to, you know, not do any damage and take all the damage. But, you know, as I promised myself, I was like, yo, Chef Slippy's gonna come through and he's gonna rock it hard, and he pulls out that big magnet, and what do you think happens? Yeah, that's right, he hits the lure. So we came out in the clutch, and you know, we took out the 2 bean counters and training some more throw points, and I got like a clean like 64 on my throw and like a 40 or something on my squirt. Didn't have a chance to use sound because, you know, that was a little risky at that time, because those were some high-level cogs, according to my persona, that I cannot really kill those right now because pretty low on sound. But anyway, we came out on top, took over that building. I strolled on over to Ahab's and turned in that quest, and he goes, yo, dog, you can use lure gags. So that is a small recap. Now, granted, this whole building that I did, that whole building that I just described in excruciating detail, was very choppy, to say the least. Like, we had one time where we thought we lost Chef Slippy. There was like 10 seconds left to get on the elevator, and there he is just dancing for all eternity. He was just stuck in everlasting dance, and I was like, yo, and then he gets out of the dance, waves, and then runs to the elevator, and I was like, we would have been dead. Because although Alfonso did have 62 laugh, his gags were very poorly trained. I'm not trying to be mean, but they were pretty underwhelming for his. He had like a full cream pie, didn't even have the fire hose. I couldn't think of it. He didn't even have the fire hose, so he had that, and then he had the same sound as me, and he had the 3rd lure, and then he had the lipstick. So he was very underwhelming in terms of his gags, not to be rude, but he could have put more training into it. But anyway, they were very silent characters, and as you know, Chef Slippy's sadistic wave will forever be burned in my memory as we proceed to get murdered by a robber baron's golf swing. It's just something I will not forget. But anyway, so that was the story of how we finished Donald's Zoc and now are moving on to Daisy's Garden. I'm really sorry that I couldn't get enough footage of it, but you know, TT servers have just been sloppy at best. I mean, I could have waited till an off-hour time, but you know, that would probably mean nighttime, and that means I probably wouldn't have got the building done, which means I'd probably be losing sleep for nothing, so I just decided, you know what, I'll try to record. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna talk it through, because you guys have not heard me talk enough yet. So yeah, we're gonna move on to Daisy's Garden here within the next episode. Get started on those tasks. As you know, I'll probably do a lot more on camera tasks, so that because you know, as you know, you don't go for frames, the animation frames in this one, this next garden, Daisy's Garden, because that's just one of the ones you don't get to go for a gag. So it'll probably end up being a lot of off-camera training with, I tried to mention this in one of my recordings, but you know that ended up failing. I talked about how I would use, my friend used to play this game a ton. He's like a 108 laugh, but he kind of stopped and is waiting for BBHQ to come out, so he's just like, well, I'm just going to chill here for a while. I'm going to chill over here, not playing. You can use my account if you want to, like, because I can pull up my laptop and just go duo some buildings and get some invasion trainings done, which is really nice. So he offered that, which I thought was a very cordial thing to do. So that could lead to some easy grinding of lure, because I could just have him, you know, stocked up on tune-up as I just proceed to lure as many times as I possibly can on a fifth story of a building. But anyway, so this is gonna wrap up season 2. As you know, I go seasons by each playground, and season 3 will start in Daisy's Garden, which we will probably start off with the, you know, like the increase my gag capacity, increase my jelly bean capacity, increase some laugh points. So I'm looking forward to doing some of those tasks, because some of them will be fun, but some, like the factory, may take a bit of cutting and editing in the videos, because I won't be able to group factory group unless I, you know, buff up my sound a little bit. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching Season 2 of Let's Play Toontown Rewritten. I can't wait to see y'all in Season 3, in which we take on Daisy's Garden and, you know, slay the factory as we're meant to do. But anyway, I'll see you next season, and thanks for watching.